Sir, namaste, sir.
Sir, namaste, namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste, madam. Namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste, please.
Yeah.
Songs மட்டுமா வார்ப்பு நான் சொல்லலாமா? பரத் இங்க வா.
Okay, ma'am, we will start with sloka. Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum. Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum. Can you repeat? Can you repeat? Can you hear me? கேட்க முடியலமா? நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதா?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can
Yes,
hear.
ma'am.
ரிப்பீட் பண்றியா?
Yes, ma'am.
வரதரம் விஷ்ணும். சசிவர்ணம் சதுர்புஜம்.
Sasivarnam Sadopudam.
சசிவர்ணம் சதுர்புஜம்.
Sasivarnam Sadopudam.
பிரசன்னவதனம் த்யாயே. வரதரம் விஷ்ணும். சசிவர்ணம் சதுர்புஜம். பிரசன்னவதனம் த்யாயே. சர்வவிக்னோபசாந்தயே. சர்வவிக்னோபசாந்தயே.
புத்தகம் தனியா இருக்கு. எடுத்து வச்சாச்சு தனியா. தனியா எடுத்து வச்சாச்சு.
Yes.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Mageshwara.
Yes. Namaste to everyone.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste,
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Yes.
Namaste,
I request.
Namaste, sir.
Yes. Now I request everybody to please mute your mic. Anything you want to know or do, just put it in a chat box, please. So once again, namaste to everybody. for this second information session on
Namaste, sir.
D.A.V. initiative
Namaste,
on
sir.
this NIOS program. I once again welcome every one of you on this great occasion. We have with us the eminent personalities who have participated in this program and which they will be talking to you. And before going into details, why this initiative has been taken from the DAV section, I request our Secretary Sir, Sri Vikas Arya ji, to say a few words on the importance of this NIOS initiative in DAV and what we are looking ahead in the coming days, how it is going to be benefited for the not only the students of DAV family, even outside also. So I formally welcome every one of you and our Honorable Secretary Sir for joining in this, and I request him to say a few words on the initiative taken from the DAV side, sir. Welcome, sir.
Namaste to all. Thank you, sir. I will keep it short and brief, but I just wish to highlight, though the details I'm sure Ravi sir and other team members will be providing to you. But overall, the more we have been thinking about it, and as we have started implementation, the more and more we feel so convinced that this is it's a fantastic alternative that is now available to the students. And at a very high level, it is not about which one is better. One is better over the other. It's not that CBSE is better or NIOS is better. It's not about that, but it is about the child's needs. So for some children, CBSE is better, but for some children with different kind of needs, different kind of parent aspirations, this provides that huge flexibility, which a regular school is not able to give. Right. So if you believe that your children, your child, you have some other thoughts or some other aspirations for the child has different. This is a wonderful opportunity that all of us should consider. The other aspect I just wish to highlight is that sometimes the people tend to have a perception that as if joining NIOS means something is not right with your child. I think that is also an absolute myth, right? And you will see Ravi sir will present to you some of the high achievers. So NIOS is for anyone who has specialized needs. So specialized needs doesn't mean that there's something negative aspect to it, right? Specialized need could be, so we have even ITJ toppers who try and go to the NIOS system. You have children who have interest in arts and music or in different kind of, or in spiritual studies, who want to basically go through NIOS so they can have a better balance. So, so kindly don't have any negative perception towards NIOS. I think it's what you need to introspect and see is whether your child has a different need. And if he has a different need, he or she has a different need, then NIOS is a fantastic platform. I wish this NIOS was there earlier. This is something just picked up in the last a few years. Still people don't know enough about it, and that's why we have organized this information sessions, though we had one about 1.5 to 2 months back, but we realized that we possibly should conduct these sessions on a regular basis so that more and more parents can join and they can understand, get their perceptions right, and then take a more informed decision for their children. So with those very brief thoughts, now we will request Ravi sir and his team to take the session forward.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So it's a wonderful welcome note from our Secretary, sir. He has rightly mentioned, that's how I did not give the details, and he has put it in a nutshell. We will also be listening from the various speakers. But before that, I just want to quickly rush some of the salient features of NIOS.
Sir, so if I may stop you for 1 minute, sir. One thing I forgot, I must add to it. I won't be doing justice to my opening remarks.
Yes, sir.
Ravi sir is one of the most passionate people I've come across with respect to NIOS.
Okay.
So sir he was a regional director for NIOS in the Chennai region, and he started his career. The Kendriya Vidyalaya, was a principal across multiple schools in different parts of the country. So has very rich experience in the academic space, And sir then got, it's all destiny, but, he got into NIOS. He had an internal transfer. He got into NIOS, and sir was heading NIOS, Chennai region, as I mentioned, for a few years. And that's where, though he was in the traditional schooling system, and then when he saw NIOS, I think he got far more passionate about NIOS system. So, sir, post retiring from NIOS, sir, we requested sir to join the D.V group of schools. Sir is based out of the head office in Gopalapuram, and sir is kind of leading this initiative. I just thought it'd be good for me to once introduce sir before I let the session go ahead. Sir, please go ahead. Over to you now.
Thank you, sir. An humble introduction. And I must tell that, as rightly Secretary Sir was mentioning, it's a destiny that we all have combined together to take this wonderful initiative forward. And I found he has shown that this 50 years of experience in the field of education in D.A.V family has found that this alternate education also should be made available to the people, and these flexibilities are available in NIOS board. So that is how we were matching with the idea. And today I am given an opportunity to head this initiative. And because I must thank on this occasion Vikas Arya ji, the secretary, and his D.A.V management, trusting me and giving me this responsibility to take it forward. As rightly he said that though we had the first information session, but still it has not reached the people in a bigger way. And there is always a doubt, a myth in the minds of the people, whether this open and distant mode of education is actually, it is acceptable and all that. So this is how it goes on. But you will be listening in this session that I will quickly tell about the basic features of the NIOS. And also, after listening from all the experts, and we have already having Dr. Kannan Girish and all the experts are all already, they joined that, they will be speaking in this occasion. And today I must say that there are very eminent people who have joined in this group. One is Dr. Kannan Girish. Is a very leading psychiatrist. When he talks to you, you will all understand. He will fill the session with energy. And then we have the former captain for the our football team, our Indian captain Raman Vijayanji is there. And also we have Jayasankar ji, who is also Jayasankar Menon, who was a basketball Indian team captain. And we also have one Dr. Rajesh, who has represented India in Commonwealth game and also international coach, which he will also be talking to you. And we also have parents and then some well-wishers who are all in this. They will also sharing their experience now. Before I go into that, I want to quickly run the slides so that you will get an idea of what actually NIOS stands for that. And subsequently, their talk will become a kind of testimony for all that, whatever I say that, please. So I request all the parents and the students who are all watching to keep it mute, and then so that it will not be a disturbance for them. First, I must say that now D.A.V Gopalapuram School has become an officially announced study center, what we call accredited institution for NIOS. They are authorized to run the NIOS program just like CBSE schools or matriculation school. So they have been assigned the number 190156. That is the number allotted to them. People can take the admission through this. So I just wanted you to know that. As you know that from 1970, D.A.V has given a big impact in this field of education in a regular schooling, and especially in Chennai city. They have reached such an apex, the position that they are almost trendsetters in the field of education. Now they are expanding in different areas and to get the students into their abilities to be brought into the various field of studies. That's what they found out now. NIOS can provide that flexibility. That's how they just happen to take up this initiative. So here you find that class 8th onwards, it's basically we don't want them from lower classes. Let them have a regular schooling and all that. At one point of time, when they find that they are actually getting formatted into ability, which that has to be further nurtured. So we want to identify those talents and then nurture them and provide them the school education also. through this NIOS board. Actually, we have a secondary and senior secondary. That is like a 10th standard and 12th standard, which is going to be allotted. And the timings, what we fixed it, it is between 2 to 6 p.m. That is after the school hours. The idea behind here is they can pursue their passion. As rightly Secretary Sir was telling that now we want basically what you are destined for. That ability has to be identified at the right stage. And even we are planning to conduct the kind of aptitude test and give you the career guidance also, how you can go ahead in your future. That is an idea on which that we thought about in the having the afternoon session. Because the regular session, again, the same rigidity problem comes. See, for example, here we'll not be even seriously working on your attendance part. Whenever the child or the person feels comfortable, he can come and take the help of this tutors. We don't call it as a teachers here, and we don't call it as a student. We call them as a learners, because the responsibility of learning is going to be on the part of the learners. And the school will provide this complete ambience for you, including the library, laboratory, computer lab, expertise of the teachers. And they will also be given the status of the regular school students who will be participating in the programs, CCA program. If it becomes very good, and we will be able to even host a separate annual day for them also. Timing will be mixing with the regular school Gopalapuram center, and they will enjoy even the facility of alumni status also. So that is how it has been very carefully thought about that in a regular school atmosphere, providing all the flexibilities of NIOS, it is going to definitely help them. So that's an idea under which that initiative has been started. So one of the first doubt people get it, sir, whether it is a recognized board. Yes, it is a recognized board, comes under the Ministry of Human Resources Development, which will be, according to new education policy, it is going to be changed into the Ministry of Education. And just like a CBSE, it's another board. And the second doubt, I want to tell everybody every time I keep insisting, it is approved by Association of Indian Universities. That means just like a CBSE matriculation board or any state board of the country, all of them are being approved by the Association of Indian University, which makes this board, the students who complete 12th standard are eligible to join in the universities, either in colleges or university or including abroad. So I can very clearly say that NIOS board is being very well accepted across the country and also the world. And many universities, they are all studying there. And next. This is about the background of that. It is almost from 1989. It has been started, and across the country it is available. There are 22 regional centers across the country, and even sub-centers are there. For NIOS regional center in Tamil Nadu, we have in Triplicane, as Sir was telling. I was heading the Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, like a regional center, what we have for CBSE in Chennai. Same way we were also. There is no big difference between the two. Same status we enjoy. But only thing is that we provide the flexibility in such a way that students will enjoy that. What is that flexibility part? I will tell you. And we also have in Gulf countries, which are especially mainly in the to cater to the needs of these expatriates who are living over there. And we have accredited centers. Now D.A.V. has now become accredited center for academic as well as vocational also. Shortly, they will also become a vocational, where there are 5 vocational trades have been identified. So the idea behind this, taking both academic and vocational, is they wanted to provide the student or even outsiders, even more than the student's age also, if they are all, they want to give them the vocational training and to stabilize in their life, that nobody should be left in the society without having a basic qualification of class 10th and 12th or some vocational skill. That's an idea on which that they have just come out with that. In an average, about 5 lakhs people are now enrolling in the across the country. And we, as I told you, secondary and senior secondary, we have that is 10th standard and 12th standard. And these are all our basic target group. As I rightly told, that these ambitious students who want to crack even the very high level examination like a NEET, JE, and then even a CLAD examination, CPT, designs examination, you name all the top examination of the country, they are all being recognized by NIOS. And the best way that whatever I find it's the best way to get into that. You will get yourself convinced as when the people speak on that one. formal school people, maladjusted students, differently abled children, and even, especially I wanted the children who are into sports, music, and different, special talents. Especially when in today's speakers, many of them are from the excelled from the field of sports, and you can imagine from the top level they all have come. They are all recognized. NIOS is the best place that where the children can really enjoy their studies as well as and pursue the sports. So I can quote number of examples. Just for due to paucity of time, I'm just limiting my talk on this one. And we have shortly we can tell some of the advantages of the NIOS board. It's a Government of India program, and learners, they can select the subject of their choice. See, this option, I keep mentioning that this is also available in CBSE and other board also, but you don't have a freedom to select it. The school will decide what course you have to take it. For example, here the student can, even science student can take economics, science student can even take art, any of the subject he can do that, and he can learn at his own pace. See, this is what actually I wanted to tell here. The flexibility, when I mentioned that you decide your own pace or the speed at which you are going to learn. Okay, you will get convinced after listening to some more time on this one. And credit accumulation, it is not in at a time that all the 5 subjects you have to wait for the 2 years and to write your board examination. You can write it on the first year itself, about few examinations. In case you are not happy with that, you can repeat that performance. So as and when you start passing one on paper, you will start accumulating the credit of that. That is the meaning of that. And the syllabus part, many have got the doubt, sir, what will be the syllabus, whether it's easy or it will be difficult. Yes, this has been actually in par with any other board. Like a national curriculum framework 2005 has decided the standard of the paper to be decided, whether it is a UP board or Andhra board or Tamil Nadu board, all have to follow this national curriculum framework. Same is the way that when it comes to NIOS also, they have done that. And in addition to that, 20% of the theory mark is given as an internal mark, we call it as a tutor marked assignment. It's just like any other board, we provide them. Another very important feature is transfer of credit. This transfer of credit is something which is very unique. Suppose somebody is failed in some board, he wants to now migrate to NIOS. He need not repeat all the papers. He can transfer those 2 papers which he has already passed, and he will transfer to NIOS. Remaining 3 subjects he can take off as per his choice. Then comes to the PCB, that is contact program, personal contact program. This is also possible. Is it okay, madam? Is it online? Yeah. Okay. Yes. So now I'll just put it in the full screen. Is it 1 minute? Yes. Okay. Now these are the few subjects which are all available. See, we have these conventional subjects like mathematics, social science and technology, social science, and these are all available. But just imagine in secondary level, that is in 10th standard, we have 17 languages, 18 languages and 17 subjects. The subjects like, painting, data entry operation, including Hindustani music, Carnatic Sangeet, psychology, home science. These are all the subjects which actually meets the requirement of certain students. It is like a taste bud of a person. You relish certain food as per your taste bud. Similarly, when it comes to study also, at one point of time, the board has provided here the flexibility of selecting the subject. Maybe some student doesn't like this social science. He can take the Indian culture and heritage, which can learn about some students wants to pursue his studies in the commerce stream. Even from the 10th standard, he can take economics, accountancy, business study. So this is how it goes. Somebody wants to drop mathematics, somebody who is suffering due to dyscalculia, this is the best occasion for him also. So this is our, and including we have a Indian knowledge tradition subjects. They are all in Sanskrit medium, which are available for the Veda Pathshala. This is the only board in the country very suitably thought about Indian requirements. See, it is Indian traditions. If we cannot preserve this one, then who else will preserve that? So that is how this is the only board has come out with this Indian knowledge traditions, which speaks about our Veda and Veda Adhyayan and the Bharat Darshan. Actually, this is all must that every Indian students have to go through that. But incidentally, this has been prepared for the Veda Pathshala students because they are all in the Veda Pathshala. They are not able to come to the regular school. So they are available in Sanskrit medium. If a demand comes, that it can be converted to the English medium also. Same is the case now with the senior secondary level. We have a subjects, variety of subjects are available. Just you can have a glance of that, including Indian military studies and histories. Okay, you have this introduction to law. All those things, subjects are available. So this, in short, I can just tell you, and some of the, which I just wanted to tell you one, that some students who are all actually excelled, just you can see that. You kindly just listen to this girl Rukma. She has, opted for NIOS. Just listen to her.
The sound is not audible. Sir, voice is not audible.
Yes, sir. We can't hear it.
So kindly increase the volume in your set, please.
Sir, I think in the video the play speed is slow. Please maximize it. Play speed. Right click it.
No. Actually, that is a mode they have taken.
Her audio is not on, sir. They can't hear it at all.
Yes, sir.
We can't hear it, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
No. Yeah, 1 minute. I'll just again.
We can't hear it, sir.
No, are you able to see the video, please? Okay, and
We can see it, but we can't hear it.
okay. Yeah, please come, sir. I'll share it in another mode. Let me check it up again. Hello. Is it audible?
Audio is not audible, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Our audio is not audible.
The audio is not clear, sir. Okay.
No, sir. It's not audible, sir. We can't hear it.
But you are able to see the video.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
Sir, we can see the video.
Wait, I think why it is so. One minute. Full audio is there. See this one. Or shall we try this one? Okay. Is it audible?
No, sir. This is also not audible.
Not audible.
Not audible. Oh, okay.
The videos are audible.
Okay.
Sir, actually,
Yes.
when you share the screen, there will be an option called share with audio.
Share
at your
with audio.
right, at your
Sir,
right
yes, sir.
side.
Sir, we can hear the audio, sir, but it's very, very low, sir.
Acha, oh no.
sir.
But this voice was this was good, no?
No, sir.
No,
Not
sir.
audible.
It was very, very
No,
low.
sir.
We can hear it a little bit only, sir.
No.
No, sir. Not audible, sir.
We can hear her saying NIOS, sir, but we can't hear her voice, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I think there is some issue is there. Okay. We will listen to the people now. Is it okay now? Yeah, some technical issue that we are finding difficult to share that video part, but we are having our guests who are all available now. We'll be able to listen to them and all. So let us I must start with the sharing of the experience from the one of our proud learner of NIOS. Am I audible to you all?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
audible.
Okay. We have with us Miss Bhuvaneshwari L. She is the, I must say that she's a brand ambassador for our NIOS program since the beginning of this regional center, Chennai. In class 8th, she discontinued from her regular schooling, one of the top school from Chennai. She wanted to pursue her passion both in dance and in language proficiency. Her commitment to the society, she wanted to create and do something for the society. And along with her entire family members, her brother and also her father, Sri Lakshmi Narayan ji, that he will also be speaking from the parent part of it. So I always feel that she has honored the NIOS by her outstanding performance, and she has been, the very popular even in the TV show and especially in Pravachanam and all that. She keeps listening, and time is the factor. Otherwise, I must has got a lot to tell about Bhuvneshwari, and she could excel in her life at this stage. Just she is 19 plus, and she is able to reach to this level because she had her own time and speed at which she could nurture her abilities. And today she is with her, and I wanted her to say a few words how NIOS has actually helped her to achieve all her dreams. Over to Bhuvneshwari, please.
Namasabhabhyah Sabhapatibhyascha. Namaskaram to all. I'm Bhuvaneshwari. I'm currently a third year BCom student of Madras University. I've completed my CA CPT and ICWA foundation, and I'm also preparing for my CA intern currently. I discontinued my former schooling with National Public School in Chennai, Gopalapuram, and opted my secondary and senior secondary courses with NIOS. My journey with NIOS started when my father asked me, when he chanced upon the website of NIOS and went on to explore it. And then when he asked me to quit schooling when I was studying 8th in NPS, he said, you quit your NPS schooling, and then you'll get a lot of time to invest on the project that I will be starting. So he has started a project called 5-Star RSM, in which we aim to digitize the portions of classes 1 to 10 and leverage all the classes based on technology to reach the remotest part of the country. So he asked me, you come out of NPS and you join NIOS. You also have a first-hand experience about what NIOS is, and you will also be able to complete a year ahead of your peers, and that is what I have also gained. I gained a year also. In the place of completing my 9th standard, I completed my 10th standard, thereby gaining 1 year. 1 year is it's a huge time. And that year and the following year, since the completion of my secondary, I have invested my time in creating this project and my Bharatanatyam. I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer, having trained under the tutelage of Srimati Kalimamini Srimati Roja Kanan for the past 13 years. And I also deliver these courses on various topics in Vedas, Puranas, and Upanishads. And I also feature regularly in Makkal TV in many of their programs and series. So all these multiple activities, my activities of my own interest, these have been possible only because I opted for NIOS at the time my father asked me to do so. I did my secondary, and both eventually I did my senior secondary with NIOS. The 12th standard, as it is, it's like a nightmare for every student. But my 12th standard, it was like simply a flowing river. That's it. It just completed I completed my 12th standard over a period of 2 years. So I didn't have the tension of the last minute 5 subjects piled up in the last minute, in the last month, having to write all the 5 huge subjects. I completed it leveraging on the flexibility of the examinations offered by NIOS. So over a period of years, 6 months by 6 months, I completed every subject. And in the final year, I had only 2 subjects left, and I completed that stress-free and tension-free. It's actually a dream come true for every student who dreams for a smooth and stress-free who will also be able to concentrate not just in academics, but also in various other activities of their interest and passions. And I've gained so much from NIOS, and this is the time that I give it back to NIOS. So I have been with my brother. My brother has also quit. He also quit his schooling with NPS after he completed his 8th standard, and he has also been into this project since then. We both create digital content for the subjects. I create digital content for the subjects English, Hindi, Sanskrit, home science, and Indian culture. And he creates digital content for maths, computer science, and science and technology. And these video sessions can be delivered to institutions which will require just some minimal technological facilities, and the students will be able to, in just a period of 5 years, they will be able to complete their training for 10th standard, and at last they will be able to write the 10th standard through NIOS. I am thankful to NIOS for making my dream come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhuvneshwari. I think due to time that we are now restricting it. Otherwise, we have a lot to listen from you and your brother and your father. We will come back to your father also, that as a father, how he has taken that very bold step, and that may be there. And now we will move to Dr. Girish Kannan, the very leading psychiatrist in Chennai city, who is known for his energy level, I must say that. And I happened to attend his live programs. He will, make around 2,000 audience to vibrate to his tune in big auditoriums and all. I have just seen that. And he has been helping a lot of students, especially to overcome the stress, as well through his professional career. He has also got the an organization which actually takes care of not only just education. It is also his what we call that general the personality of the child. That's what called Live Life Foundation, which I don't want to go into the detail. You can see in his website. And Dr. Kannan Girish is known for reaching the children so quickly, and I want him to share his views on why NIOS is a best medium of our alternate education available in our country. People are ignorant about that. I just wanted him to spare a minute or so to talk about NIOS, please. Over to Dr. Kannan Girish, please.
Thank you, Ravi sir. Thank you, D.A.V group, and thank you, Vikas sir. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I am Dr. Kannan Girish, and a psychiatrist, and I'm very, very passionate about education, and I'm very, very passionate about NIOS and what sir said. So just before I start, I just want to know from the audience, are you all parents or students or teachers? Can you just type out of the chat box? If you can, you all type out of the chat box whether you're a parent, teacher, or a student, so that I just get an idea. So parent, Divya says it's a parent, yes. Rajesh is a teacher. Krishnan says student. Rahul says student. Parent, teacher, student. Oh, brilliant. So there's a lot of parents, and I think there's a lot of students also who have come over here. Brilliant. I think all of us are students, and pandemic has made everybody a student today. Yeah. So let me just start off by saying as a psychiatrist, why I think NIOS is really, really good. Very, very simple. Please understand, everybody is not made the same. Every child is not the same. Every child has a unique capacity, has a unique ability, and a unique thinking skill. If you all agree with me, type out yes on the chat box. That your child is unique, another person's child is also unique. Every child is different. If you agree with me, type out yes on the chat box. Come on, everybody. Type out yes on the chat box. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So all of you agree with me on that. Awesome. Awesome. All of you agree on that every child is unique. Now, the same philosophy, I want to apply it into the life of your child. Now, ella kodandenglu ore mardi, if you put in a single way, in a single format, in a single education system, only frustration will remain. See, please understand, our current system that we followed was given to us by the British to produce disciplined employees for their factories. This is what this current system was created over the years to produce disciplined employees for the factory. That's education 2.0 factory workers. 3.0 technology workers. It is okay. Today's generation is 4.0. It is the generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, logical thinkers, and critical thinkers. Are you all getting that? So that means what? You cannot only put your child in one box and say, all of you learn the same thing. Now, let me ask you a question. Can you measure the ability of a fish? Fish. Can you measure the ability of the fish by its ability to climb a tree? ஒரு மீனை வந்து மரத்தை ஏற சொல்லி அதோட ability-யை நம்ம measure பண்ண முடியுமா? Yes or no? Type out of the chat box. Can we measure the ability? Obviously no. Exactly. Brilliant. Obviously no. You can never measure the ability. You can only measure the ability of a fish by its ability to compete with another fish and climb with another fish. That is where the beauty of it comes. It's the same with NIOS. Your child is given which subject the child wants to pick according to the interest of the child, when the child wants to write the exam, plus at the same time, your child can pursue other interests, which can be sports, which can be IIT, which can be JE, which can be medicine, which can be NEET for a full time. உதாரணத்துக்கு எடுத்துக்கோங்க. 8 to 4, you waste your time in school. Then again, 4 to 7, you waste in tuitions. And 7:38, the child comes and then has only 2 hours to study. This is normal schooling time. Now with NIOS, what happens? You get less number of subjects, only the subjects that is required for his career. And then what you can do, the remaining time, which is around 6 hours, the child can pursue whatever the child wants, be it sports, be it arts, be it dance, be it drama, and at the same time grow holistically. There are wonderful examples of IIT students. Please understand, IIT students who have written NIOS for 4 years from 9th standard and have cleared IIT from Shishya. There is one boy who sir has already spoken to and we will speak to you about. 10th standard, he finished from Shishya. 2 years studied NIOS. Today he is in IIT. Now, there are countless. If you take Allen, you take Kota. Once I remember, what's her name? Vasundhara Raje. She's the Chief Minister of Rajasthan. So she called me and told that I had to come to Kota to study the system there to give them suggestions on the suicide rate. Now, when I went there, the biggest problem was they were only studying one thing again and again for all type of mindsets. Are you understanding? ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரே மாதிரி மைண்ட்செட்டா வச்சு கொடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா they will only be a carbon copy of each other. Their uniqueness is killed. Many children with unique talents have been killed in our education system. அதனால தான் நான் சொல்றேன், NIOS, when the child picks, the child can pick up psychology and economics if the child likes business, but at the same time, along with that, take science and biology also. Can you see that? So the child can balance the both, and because they are balancing the both, the child will be able to come up very well, wonderfully inside of that. Same way, if your child loves play, loves games, loves activities, you can, according to that, you can modify the curriculum, have that more and this also equally important. So you can adapt it to the child's level. என்ன பொறுத்த வரைக்கும், I recommend hundreds of children. NIOSல இருந்து ஒரு மிஸ்கன்செப்ஷன் இருக்கு. Only children who have a disability or who are not good should go to NIOS. That is one of the ways. Anybody can do that. That is different. But children with abilities, extraordinary children. I know swimmers, national level swimmers, national level gun player. I know MMC students who have got into MMC who have gone through NIOS. So NIOS is for everybody. It is how you adapt to NIOS, and munadi vandu you have to go to a tuition center and study. So there was stigma attached. And I think beautifully Ravi sir and D.A.V have joined together and they brought the system where they can start doing the system as part of the curriculum itself. So that is a beautiful thing that they have actually done. So all my wishes to you. And as a psychiatrist, I truly believe NIOS is for the future. If you go to United States, I will end with one small story. If you look at United States, out of 100 richest people, 77 of the richest people in US are college dropouts. That means what? When they dropped out of college, they had all the knowledge to take care of their lives. And I think NIOS is that kind of a system which you can learn multiple skills through NIOS. And when I counsel students who are going through suicide, anxiety, depression, I always tell them, NIOS is a brilliant option you can pick. And so many children have thanked me for that. So with this, I conclude and saying thank you so much. And as a psychiatrist, having worked with the lakhs of students, I always advocate NIOS. It is not just for the things, it is also for genius kids to identify their talent, identify the sweet spot. Before NIOS was unstructured, after Ravi sir has come, he has structured it and taken it to the masses. Now I believe that is the future. I can even conclude by telling one story of this boy from, I've heard from one of the schools, sir also knows, from Coimbatore. 6th standard, he didn't know to read and write also. He was studying in a school in Tamil Nadu. He went through NIOS. Systematically, he studied through NIOS. Today, he is doing architecture in NUS in Singapore, just through scholarship. That is the power of NIOS. Please don't miss this opportunity. This is one of the best opportunity I totally and wholly believe as a psychiatrist. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Girish. I know your words will add a lot of energy to that. That's what power-packed words. That's what always I believe on that. Wonderful. Thanks for that, sir. And next we have with us Sri Jayasankar Menon, a former an Indian captain in basketball. And not only he is just propagating NIOS, he has also brought her daughter into NIOS, and she completed recently her 12th standard. She is being trained by Andhra government for the next two Olympics. She is into discus throw and also into shot put. So I request Sri Jayasankar Menon ji to share his experience as a parent and also as a sports person to support what NIOS stands for, please. Jayasankar sir, please.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks, Ravi sir, for inviting me for this Zoom meeting. I have to thank especially Ravi sir for guiding my daughter. My daughter Krishna got a drafting in the Anil Kumble's academy in Gundur. My daughter was studying in CBSE school, SBOA CBSE in Chennai. And when she was asked to move to Gundur, where there is no CBSE school, she was totally, totally perplexed, and she was totally, confused. We are also confused what to do, because one side she is interested to take sports as a career, and where she got an offer from an academy where the coach is from abroad. She had a
Yes. Hello. Sir, hello. Network issue.
Coach of produced many world champions. So it was a getting joined under NIOS, and she joined. Because of that, there was no much pressure on her, and she broke the zonal record in discus on the same year. And now I'm very happy that she has come out. She has completed her +2, and now she is getting offers from universities in US. And I'm sure I'll be able to give a good news soon. So on behalf of my family, I thank NIOS and especially Devi sir for all his advice, and thank you. And I encourage all the parents to admit your children who are good in other sports as well as cultural. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Jayasankar sir. You spoke from your heart, and really I could understand that the day when you all have met me, that your family was totally under confused state whether to pursue the sports or to complete a 12th standard. So, and I really found that the NIOS as a real savior of this such type of situation. And I'm very thankful to you also that today, in spite of your busy schedule in your office, that you are joined. And thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A pleasure.
Next, we have another very legend in the field of sports, Sri Raman Vijayan, who is a former Indian captain of football, and who is also, running a football academy. I met him in 1 or 2 coaching camp, and he is encouraging a lot of students to, pursue sports, especially in the football, and telling them to join in NIOS. So he's another, messenger of NIOS to take into this field of sports. So over to Raman Vijayan sir, just for a few words from your experience, please. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Ravi sir. A wonderful opportunity to speak about NIOS. Before that, I really wanted to say a big thanks to Mr. Jayasankar and the great motivator from Kannan sir. I met Mr. Ravi sir 2 years back in his office, because before that I have no idea about NIOS. I spent about 2 hours. I wanted to understand what exactly NIOS does. So then the day I decided that every child who is going to join with my academy is going to take NIOS is the career, because I really felt that how much the boys, the academy kids are suffering after training both the times and traveling from various places, how they couldn't attend the training session due to the school timing, school works. So I always think that why don't we start a special school? Then after I met Mr. Ravi sir, I had a very big relief that yes, this is the one thing I was waiting for, and the right time I got it. So I'm running two organization, and one is in the Ramanujan Soccer School, and one is in Noble Academy. So we used to attach with the schools where CBSE subject were there, and the last 2 years we can able to convert more than half of the student of our academy kids are become NIOS students now. So this is the biggest achievement, because the most important thing that parents came up and they wanted to know about that, because very difficult to bring them in a mindset where they have been studying from from the class 1. But once I explained everything, and the way they are getting recovery, the children are getting more time to learn, more time to train. So everything was awesome. When they take up this, I really wanted to ask that
Okay.
because this is the best career, because we produce professional players, so we know the value of the time of training, recovery. Everything matters. Parents.
Achha. Hello.
They have everything to do rather than only to learn subjects. So I'm really glad that we got the NIOS. We are now with Maharishi Vidya Mandir officially. We have got NIOS thing. So all of our academy kids are studying in NIOS. So I'm thankful to Ravi sir for the great support. And definitely a wonderful opportunity, Ravi sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable time. And even though you are in some remote place, you made it a point to come in the network, and you could join. And I must say that he has also readily came forward to accept our offer that in D.A.V. initiative with the sports, that he will be ready to, especially in the field of football. He has come forward to help us, and we are looking forward to you, sir. So
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So we have next is another very legend in the field of sports, Sri Rajesh Ramanathanji, who played table tennis at the international level, represented India in Commonwealth game. And he has also come out with another very important initiative with the D.A.V., that is Share Play, with the help of alumni of D.A.V. school. And they have created an excellent sports facility in different schools, especially in Gopalpuram school, boys school. They have created an international level TT table tennis facility, and he's giving guidance and giving them coaching for them. And I'm really looking forward to see his activity in the school immediately after the Corona lockdown is over. And I must say that I was very much touched by his generosity. One of the boy who's actually an orphan, who is from the northeast state, who's been left out, but he's very passionate in the game, and he has got extraordinary talent. And he identified them, and he is taking care of him, keeping him in Chennai, and guided him. And he has completed his 10th standard. Now he's going to join in 12th standard in NIOS. And I must say that he has very early identified the talent, and he's pursuing that. And I'm very thankful to him for sparing his time to be a part of this today's session. Over to Rajesh ji for just his comments, please. Unmute, please.
For the opportunity. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. All the greats, all the people who talk about NIOS. It's nice to be part of this period. Now, in our generation, we opportunity. We had to go through all the subjects, being at the national level. Being in the junior. I had to do my 10th standard. I have to go to the lab. All the school was very supportive. But supposed to do the in the lab all alone, and I have to put in that extra hour. Had so much of stress on us because it's not two professions at the same time. Where you in our like people always feel the education comes first. Sports still in India, we are still growing, accepting sports or any other art life as a profession. We are still in the very beginning stage of and accepting sports or any other extracurricular. So henceforth, all the parents feel the and going to the school, proper school, and the right way is the only way forward. Otherwise, although it has been there, I think factor as clearly the missing factor for visibility has been that it is not part of the school curriculum. In our fold, and the parents believe that it has to be part of the school. So the board is superior. I feel the NIOS is no fair. The boards are superior to it. The only missing link NIOS all these years had been curriculum, which I think the credit goes to you, Ravi sir, for bringing it inside the curriculum, which has given Sheen board itself, and I'm sure a lot of forthcoming to take the course. Other people said, as international psychologists pointed out, a fish can be free. As I point out, and I have been supporting, with, he would probably score 4 max, but however, score a 90 plus, and it would be a vice versa in my case. So, is only subjected to that individual. It gives you an opportunity, the chance to pick your strengths, pursue your strength, rather than you will be continue to do your weakness. Be comfortable at. See this aspect with through NIOS, which I believe is the, each kid in his own way, and each kid is going to shine her career if they're confident. But this education system is going to instill that self-confidence and self-belief, the flexibility to do what they are good at and what their strength is. Goes to you, sir, and D.A.V. school, and my sincere request to is don't think too much, just do it. Then once you feel, decide for later. First they have to, before, unless and until you get a feel of it, try to explain to them, it's not going to feel right. It's just like an art, we stroke, but unless and until the person who's doing stroke right, we cannot teach the feel within themselves. And my sincere and prayer is for the parents to come forward and don't think it is something inferior. It is something which is going to instill a lot of self-belief into your wards. So you have to think to become a better person, giving more options, to more life in different ways rather than just the masses. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sir Rajesh ji. Wonderful. I think your words have become very much convincing for the parents. And as you rightly said, that nowadays these facilities are available. When you all were actually doing your schooling, that you did not have the opportunity to enjoy these flexibilities. And now more and more such type of students will now come forward. And as our Kannan Girish sir was telling that, you must test the efficiency of the fish only in the water, not on the land. As here, we also notice that many times that unfinished dreams are all, it will be haunting them lifelong. So I must quote, I don't know, I have to check whether Professor Jagannathan sir also is supposed to join. I think I just checked it, some problem must be there, but I must share his journey in NIOS. He's a retired professor, a former, the Vice Chancellor of Middle East University, Dubai. Earlier, he was in Madras University in the Department of Physics. One fine day, he just walked into my office and he said, "Sir, now I did not have an opportunity to study the biology in my schooling. Now I realized at my point of time that I wanted to do medicine, but without biology, I cannot do my medicine. So, but in foreign university, they accepted. Can I do now my biology in NIOS?" He has asked, and readily I have told him. And you won't believe, at the age of 61, he has taken biology as a one single subject in NIOS and completed that. And he has gone to US, and he's doing his medicine there now. And because of his profile and all those things, the medical university has offered him as a dean there, and he's a dean plus he's also studying his medicine now. So what he says that in my later part of my life, I want to learn really what medicine stands for, that how best I can serve the society by giving them the free medicine or a medical service. That is his life ambition. Unfortunately, he could not join today, but I thought on behalf of him, I should mention this. We have, even the age is not the criteria. Even at the age of 64, 65, people have just entered, and I don't want to mention the name of the person here. A retired IAS officer from Tamil Nadu. After retirement, she has also done her biology and completed her now recently the Ayurvedic medicine. So instead of waiting for such a long time, let us identify your potentiality at the very early stage and make use of all the flexibility available in our country. See, again, one should not mistake that I am trying to push this NIOS program as one of the best. No, this is also one of the board available in our country. It is your option. What you want to do, that you can take that. But people should not be ignorant of that. That's what we are trying to give through this awareness program. We want to remove this type of myth from the minds of the people. And over to Mr. Lakshmi Narayanji, as a parent, how did you take this very bold step of your both the children, your Bhuvneshwari and also your son Srinivasan, who studying in a CBSE school, or people don't get the admission just like that easily, and you are so bold enough to take this decision to turn. How did you convince your children, and how did you convince especially your better off, your wife? It's very, very difficult also, and your family members. So you see, as a head of the family, you might have thought about that, but all people around you, should have criticized your movement and all. But today we are celebrating their success. But I just want to know your mindset on that particular day, how it was there. How did you make this decision, please? Just over to Lakshmanarayanji, as a parent, you share your experience, please.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi, Dean Alternate Education, D.A.V, and good evening to all the dignitaries who have assembled for this meeting. A very nice question, which takes me back to 5 years back, right? I used to be the head of foreign exchange services for JP Morgan globally, right? I was at the time I wanted to do something for the poor children, to design some digital education programs. So I actually was reviewing content across boards, and I went to the website, and typically working for a corporate, right, we always look at specific parameters, the critical success factors, etc. One thing which absorbed me, attracted me, is it was said that NIOS is the largest open schooling system. So that was my first love towards NIOS, and having presence across countries. And so I also made some inquiries, got to know great things about NIOS. And what all we heard today about the benefits of NIOS, having the ability to choose subjects, from, be it music or, science or commerce, the plethora of subjects available, and NIOS gives you the flexibility to choose those subjects. And all of these, flexibilities and opportunities we have experienced. So both of my children, Bhuvneshwari and Srinivasan, have gone through the NIOS. Of course, as far as Srinivasan is concerned, who is the younger to Bhubaneswar 2 years, it was not very difficult convincing, because we had that experience of Bhubaneswar going through the process, be it the registration process or the getting the books, the ID card, the TMA, the examination, the practicals, or the marks. I mean, I have to say, has international standards. Never even once I had to make one single telephone call or one email to an NIOS at Chennai or at Delhi to do any follow-up. Whatever was assured on the specified dates, bang on, we got it. Absolutely seamless. It's like world-class service as far as the technology and services are concerned. And in fact, I am also the course director for the digital education for classes 1 to 10. I've gone through the NIOS materials, at least the secondary courses materials. They are really, really fabulous. I mean, depth of knowledge, the way they are presented, with pictures, fantastic explanation. The mathematics book, it's like taking you from class 4 or 5. I mean, it starts with the basics at that level and takes you to the class 10, the complexities and differentiation, integration, etc. I mean, amazing materials. Amazing meeting. I mean, coming to this NIOS and the D.A.V combination, and it's an extraordinary combination. We have heard about this, the proverb that says that you can't have the cake and eat it too. Now I have to restate to say that you can have the cake and also eat it too. You can have the benefit of NIOS. You can also have the benefit of formal education. I mean, this is for the first time it is happening in the country. I mean, there are benefits, as far as formal schooling is concerned. There are certain challenges. Similarly, there are benefits in NIOS, and there are certain, challenges. I mean, this is getting fixed. You have the benefits of this formal schooling system, with the best of faculties available. There's a formal schooling. And you also have the benefit of NIOS. You have the ability to choose a subject, the ability to write the examination. For example, my children started writing the class 12 examination 1 year after completing their 10th. And as Bhuvaneshwari articulated, absolutely there is no stress. She took up paper by paper, right? There is no stress to write all the 5 examinations together. Extremely important. I have seen students struggle with all 5 subjects. They get, it's really a nightmare. Ability to write the examinations one by one, whenever you are ready, I think that's phenomenal. And you also have the benefit of a formal schooling system, right? I mean, while the under the D.A.V. NIOS scheme, there is no, the attendance is not being made compulsory, which is fantastic. What a forethought, right? I mean, students who are pursuing, their career, their interest outside of education, such as music or sports persons, they may have to tour for a couple of months, right? I mean, that is not possible if they're going to be part of the regular schooling system, right? At the same time, you also need some sort of guidance, right? I mean, the subject is not easy. So you need that guidance. You have the best of teachers. I mean, D.A.V. is, I have to say, best school in Chennai. And you have the best of teachers, the regular D.A.V. teachers delivering those sessions, and the flexibility which the NIOS is giving you in terms of subject, etc., etc. I think I have actually missed this program as a student, right? I mean, if had this been made available to me as a student, I mean, definitely I would have been, the one to jump at it and, enjoy every bit of it. So I think we need these sessions to educate the parents and the potential students, because this is something which you will not, it's sort of a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you should take complete advantage. The students should take complete advantage out of this program. And as Mr. Girish rightly pointed out, right, every individual is unique, right? I've heard Swami Vivekananda. He says that every individual needs a religion. That's what he says, right? I mean, every individual is unique, and you can't have one size fits all approach. And so this D.A.V. and NIOS partnership gives all the flexibility, and the students will really stand to gain out of this program. And I think Mr. Ravi has been doing a phenomenal service, for the student community. I'm sure under his direction, he's going to take this program to very, very great heights and really benefit the student community. So thank you very much for inviting me and giving me a chance to share my thoughts. Thank you very much, and good luck and best wishes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sri Lakshminarayanji, for your wonderful words. That it is very, very supportive. And as I could understand from your words that nowhere you have just underwent any kind of stress that not only your children and you also, that you had a very smooth journey of completing their school education, plus they are put them in the right place of their career. So next, finally, we will just, before we go in for the question and answer session, I wanted you all to listen to Rukmani Madam. She is a counselor and also a career counselor, and who has been also associated with our NIOS program in helping the children to assess their multiple intelligent part of it, their learning part of it, and suggesting them that. And over to Rukmani Madam for a few words on this, Madam, please.
Namaste.
Namaste, Madam.
I'm me, and I started my life as a teacher nearly 3-4 decades back, and in another CBSE school. And ever since then, I've always been seeing the children need not at all go through stress in their high school and senior secondary school to the extent that they're going now. If they were just allowed a little bit of flexibility in what they're doing. Many of us always look to the West to see what kind of, they have a nice basket of subjects. They can take whatever they want from the bouquet. We are not able to do it. If we were given the chance, we would do better and all that stuff. That is what runs through our mind. But what's happened is, this is right there in our backyard, Nios. It has not received that kind of traction that it could in public space, so that people could come to know that this is a choice that's available and they could freely make it. Now, I think from all the kind of people we've heard today, from Rajesh, I was just, such sports stars. And last time in their first launch, I heard Arjun, who was just into JEE. So he could make the grade advance at 25th rank. And he says it was like, for him, it was very peaceful. He did not have to divide his time between doing, well in the boards, that same time, because that is rigid, right? He can't set back his board exams whenever he wants. But that he is allowed now to set the timing and then work around that to take it forward to his exact focus. And I find basically this one shoe fits all approach is anathema to education, actually, because there are children with different needs. Children are excellent at certain things. I have seen as a teacher even in primary school, some children would just sit there and play in the classroom when you're teaching science. A normal science teacher would just like to tell them, please keep quiet and concentrate on what we're doing. Take your book and start to write and stuff like that. There was a student of mine called Mahesh who used to actually sit there and play whatever I was teaching him. And teaching him inclined plane, so would actually put a scale and an eraser and pencil and push it all down. Whereas most of the others used to think he was playing, he was actually learning. First of all, there are children who learn differently. They have different ways of learning. They have different abilities, like Dr. Kanan Girish was putting forth so beautifully. They have different abilities. Now, here is one system where we are able to put our finger on what their abilities are, what their talents are, what is the nature, and what are their training requirements. All children can't be taught the same way. Actually, there may be 4 children who are very proficient at music. Let us say there are 4 kids, but all the 4 of them cannot be taught in the same pattern. You can't, one fellow might have to be taught on a one-on-one basis. The other guy might be better doing it in a group. A third person might be very good at learning on his own. A big example is Sudha Raghunathan, who used to say that she worked for 13 years with MLV Amma, but all the learning that she did was literally self-learning, because she learned on her own just by being there with her. Whereas there are other children, like Vedavalli Mami, a great exponent in Carnatic music, who was actually taught for hours and hours together by her guru. That Guru Parampara offers that kind of flexibility to learn, whereas our normal school system does not allow. Now, Nios is that bridge. It lets a child have the kind of learning they want. They can have a one-on-one learning in the classroom. They get plenty of self-learning, which is the actual learning that happens in a child's life. About 60% of learning happens in the self-learning space. And because there are other children also with needs there, they get peer learning, which takes care of the other 20% of their learning. The last mile connectivity they need in terms of guidance and support from a mentor who knows how to take them through will happen in the classroom. And because now D.A.V's school, the infra of the school is also available to children, I sincerely believe that children of various types of intelligences, various types of skills and abilities, and who have actually been struggling in a formal system. They may be good at 4 subjects, and the 5th one they want to drop out and take something else which is more suited to their personality. That choice will now be available. In fact, we went through the first lot, and I was having a word with Ravi sir that day. When we looked at all the papers, children are so articulate. They're able to actually answer an MIT quiz and tell you what it is they can, what it is that they can't, and what it is that they're uncertain of doing. Now, this is a choice that will not be available to anybody in a regular school, right? So that is why I sincerely and passionately feel that this is what is needed for the kind of multifarious needs that our children have and the kind of society we are evolving into. From a very structured society with just 3 or 4 options. Is your son being an engineer, doctor, lawyer, chartered accountant? So all those R's have stopped. Now we heard so many sportsmen today, and budding sportsmen, talent for likely preparing for the Olympics. The kind of time they need to invest in their other activities is simply not available under a formal system, which is actually an 8 to 3 system, but children have a lot of work to do after that. Then there is transport before that and a rigid attendance system and so on. All those flexibilities are available under this system. So I personally feel that children and parents will both be gratified, and here parents can actually send them for some formal training and feel happy. They've been trained by good teachers instead of saying, how will I start teaching my kids? That pain is also taken out of your mind and your decision making by D.A.V's association with this D.A.V. Nios project. So thank you.
So thank you, madam. Thank you. Thanks for your timely help in assessing all the students who all have now joined. And I must add here, because of madam's assessment, and we were able to convince the students that these are the subjects which are suitable for them, and they are feeling so happy. Even I can give one example. One of the student who was finding difficult in science stream after her 11th standard, now she's shifting to the arts, the fine arts or the commerce subject without any compulsion. And before I move to the question and answer session, this effort now speaking and listening from various experts and the legends from the various field of expertise, it is mainly to make the viewers today to understand we are talking about the truth, what is existing now. It is only some people have not experienced it. Now we are just telling it's the right time. The entire family, you and your child should sit together and have a dialogue with them and go through that, do a kind of small research and ask, maybe you can come to our session, over the phone or even personally also, keeping in all the, COVID protocol part of it. We will be able to discuss. But ultimate idea is it's not simply just trying to convert the people from regular school to the NIOS board. No, it is not at all. It is not the mission. There's a mission is that we want to help all those potential children, all those children who are in need of it should be helped. And as rightly the speakers were telling, we are trying to provide in a very balanced mode of the flexible education in the formal school system. When I use the formal school system here, it is to make use of all the facilities available here. But still that flexibility part of that you are going to enjoy. And I'm yet to come across even a single student so far mentioned that because of NIOS, I underwent any stress. This is absolutely, it is free, that you cannot create any pressure on you. It is sometimes I keep giving this example. It's like a pressure cooker without the weight on the top. When there is no weight on the top of that, it will never build a pressure. As it pressure builds, it goes out, it ventilates. So this is the beauty of this. And I must say that I am talking with this much of involvement. It's mainly because in my 35 years of experience in the school system, major part of about 28 years I was in the regular school system, started my career as a primary teacher, and I was working in a group of Navodaya schools in a residential setup. I have seen them. Children are really born with the talent, but our system, sometimes the rigidity, we can't blame anybody, but unfortunately we have put them in that system. So what happens here, both the principal, as a principal, I have done a lot of time, I was under stress. If a child is not doing well in particular subject, I call the child and I humiliate, I tell them, sometimes even I send them out of the school by giving TC. No, for all that now I am doing Pariharam or Prayachit back now, helping all this type of children to that. Never, this is my life mission. I must say that no child should undergo any stress. At one particular point of time, if you know that, yes, this is an alternate board that's available in India. As Rukmani Madam said, if somebody says something is in the West, it is available. We talk about homeschooling of the West, but we can have it in our own country. It is there past 32 years, it is there. So it is only the question of ignorance that we need to remove that. At least in this new education policy that, National Education Policy 2020 is actually speaking about the, please provide all the flexibility to the learners. Let them have a joyful experience. Let them experience the technology. Let them come out with the what best they have it. But that is what they are also insisting. This regular school system of our country should also try to provide the flexible mode. Already now DAV is now demonstrated. Before that policy is implemented, now we are demonstrating, we are having in a regular school itself between 2 to 6, but providing the flexibilities of NIOS. So that is the idea which the information session is meant for this. If at all still any doubt is there, you are feel free to ask us. And the number is also available in our website, and the details are available. You are free to contact us. And if you want, I can just tell that also the number which you can again note, please. The phone number 73387 06224. Once again, let me repeat: 73387 06224. This is the phone number. You can text it or message. There is a dedicated person who is operating. Sharda ji is there. She will be helpful, and we'll be able to have a further discussion on this. Now I open this session for the question and answers. I am sure that most of you would have been cleared most of your doubt, but however, still, if you have any doubt, please, you can ask us, please. Over to speakers, audience for questions, please. You can also text it in case if you don't want to ask directly.
Namaste, sir. This is Sai Bhaskar here.
Yes, please.
So my question is it's a good initiative. First of all, I have to thank the DAV management as well as yourself, who's a retired director.
Yes,
in fact, I had been promoting NIOS in some of the schools and then trying to entertain this as a mode of operation. My case, now the DAV and the NIOS system is brought into the DAV system between 2 to 6.
Yes.
Is it possible to extend it to students outside of Chennai? For example, those who wanted to adapt to NIOS, but then they can come to a nearby center and they wanted to participate in this 2 to 6 session that's being conducted for DAV. Is that thought through, or is there a possibility? For example, a student in Tirupattur or someplace, they wanted to adapt to NIOS system and under the DAV banner, and they are willing to come to a nearby center in Tirupattur and then attend the classes between 6. Is that a possibility?
No, that will be little bit, sir. For example, that Tirupattur nearby centers, when they're registering, they have to register through the nearby center. But they may not be under the DAV, they may not be able to take the benefit of the DAV school, the regular school atmosphere, what they have that. But initially, we will be able to provide them in the online mode, whatever during this pandemic lockdown period. But when it is opened up, that they may not be able to visit our school center. That is what I feel it. But if outside, for example, if somebody is in Karur or some Coimbatore, they can register through any of the nearby center. It's not an issue at all. But still, they can be in touch with the DAV. Teachers will be able to guide them and all that. But without coming in the face-to-face mode, quite often it may not be sometimes very effective. That's what I hope I have answered to your question, sir. We have about 158 centers are there in Tamil Nadu across the state. So if they put that particular address, it go to the nearby center. So this is preferably, I feel it, that Chennai and its surrounding cities, that if they can travel and come, if not every day, at least weekly, 2 to 3 days, they come, that it will be always better to have a kind of interaction directly. But of course, the study material is very, very, very useful and good. In fact, it is a self-learning material. We don't call it as a textbook. But however, that the mentorship is required, and they need to meet the teachers or the tutors who are all available. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir, kindly tell me, please, how to get the books for level B, sir? OBE level B.
Level B, which you are talking about, the open basic education. A level,
Sir,
B level,
yes, sir.
level, which is there, and it's for the lower classes. That they are all available in NIOS website, but not all the subjects are available. And
Okay, sir.
I'm not recommending that immediately, because A level, B level, C level, which is 3rd standard, 5th standard, 8th standard level
Yes,
examination,
sir.
again associated with any of the study centers. Okay,
Okay, sir.
if you get the book alone, you will not be able to get certificate. At least in case of 11th, 10th and 12th standard, you have a freedom of studying at home. But here what happened, you have to enroll through any one of the nearby study centers, which is called a accredited agency. I think, I don't know if you are from Chennai, I don't think that any center is very actively operated there. So you will be in trouble. Instead, you can now train them with any available course material, either the matriculation or the CBSE or any international curriculum. But when they come to the class, 14 years age, then they can register. Okay, in NIOS straight away you can write your 10th standard. So you don't need to bother
Sir,
about
my grandson has finished level A, and the center has recommended with the book and given the book which heavy schools use, the CBSE syllabus, NCERT books, and he had finished it successfully, and he also done for the 4th standard at home.
No, that's what
And
I'm telling,
now
madam. See, the problem is here, since that is not available, they have given the CBSE syllabus book and then you have studied that. That way you can continue. See, they don't wait for this A level, B level, C level certificate and also. Even without all that, directly also somebody after 14 years can register for 10th standard. See, suppose some child is studying in Gurukula, okay, or somebody is studying in madrasa. We don't ask whether he has studied formal schooling and all. We only ask for that whether he has got the ability to digest the class 10th examination, content, and write the examination. And he has to give a self-declaration, and his date of birth certificate has to be uploaded. Everything is online, it happens. Okay, so let's not too much bother on this level certificate and all that. Okay. Thank you.
And also, they have asked us to register online, and we are registering it. It is on the process, it says.
No, madam. Actually, I'm telling you
regarding
A level, B level, C level courses, there are a lot of clarification is required. I think I don't want to now spend time on that because I don't think that.
Okay, sir.
You can visit our regional center or call me afterwards. I'll be able to tell you. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. I'm special educator, Janaki. Can I send children for NIOS 10th standard examination, sir? Is there any qualification needed to send the children for examination?
No qualification. That's what I said. Like you should have completed 14 years for taking admission.
For me. As a teacher, I need any other qualification to send NIOS examination of my students?
No, you don't. See, we are not bothered to who is teaching and all that. There is no such qualification. We are not, whether his mother has taught or uncle has taught or teacher has taught. It is a learner. The child has learned. Okay, so we look into their ability and the eligibility part of that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. My name is Divya. I would like to know if IGCSE is a recognized board for credit transfer.
Yes, any valid board that they can do that, and provided that they studied the level on which that it is actually. It is all mentioned in the website itself.
Okay. I did have a look at it, but I was not.
Please. No, it is allowed. It is allowed. IGCS and then even IB curriculum. Any state board, any board. If somebody has passed 1 or 2 subjects, those 2 subjects can be transferred here. Okay, and they need not write that subject. Their mark will be carried forward. That is what we call as the transfer of credit, and that can be done. It is allowed. It is allowed, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, this is Sridhar.
Yes, please.
Just trying to understand, DAV has the boys and the girls school separately.
Yes,
so
sir.
when the NIOS enrollment happens, is there a differentiation in terms of, is it co-educational?
No.
Or
This NIOS program is actually co-educational. See, this NIOS, that CBSE school, boys school has taken the accreditation, and they have been allotted the number of 190156. So, but this is meant for this campus will be allowing both. That is in the afternoon session.
Okay, so that will be co-educational. That was my question.
Yes, it will be co-educational.
Good evening, sir. My name is Karthiban.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can listen.
Sir, I'm calling from North Chennai. I'm basically a social worker.
Okay.
I wish to start a small center at North Madras, sir. Since what happens here, if people fail in 10th standard, they go for any lower level work or some other things, and their life direction is goes some wrong. So in North Chennai, like that, these places, this system will be very useful, sir.
Yes, sir, I got it. North Chennai, we have that one Vivekananda school is there in Tiruvattiur, it is there. Even otherwise, if you can manage a kind of study center on your own, better you can do that. You register either, or you can register with us, and we will be able to guide. And in fact, we wanted such type of people, social workers.
Yes, sir. I've been working in the education for past 20 years as a administrator in colleges. So I wish to start a center at North Madras. It means VSF like a Perambur. Tiruvattiur is too far.
No, we will meet, sir, and I will give you complete guidance. Actually, these are all the need of the hour in the city. There are, especially in certain slum area, and many children who are dropouts are being pushed into these antisocial activities, and they have to be brought to the mainstream. And once they get their class 10th or class 12th certificate, and it will definitely touch their self-esteem, they turn into a different individual. So I wanted you and your such type of team, all of them, to take this as a great service to the mankind, which we can do that. And definitely DA will be able to extend all the best to you. And we will have a detailed discussion on that, please, sir.
Yes, sir. Great, sir. You have great explanation. So
you can note down my mobile number, and you can be in touch with me. 98400.
1 minute, sir. Let me note it down.
And others also, please note down. In case if I am not picking up the phone, you can send me the text message. I will call you back. 98400.
98400.
831.
831.
32.
Yes, as you said, it will be a great help to the slum people, sir. Their life will be changed, sir.
I wish that you all, such as social workers who are in the field of education, can organize a kind of gathering. Even now, we can, through a webinar, we will have an exclusive session on that. And I don't mind visiting you all. And it is a need of the hour that we, especially I wanted you also to equally concentrate on the women folk. They are all being deprived of a section of the society who has not been given the chance to even complete their class 10th.
Great,
and please work on that. I'll be happy to associate with you, sir. It's a need of the hour, please, sir. Thank you.
Very kind of you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So
hi, this is Sridhar again. I have just one more question.
Please, sir.
The special subjects that are available in NIOS, like home science and painting and Carnatic music, is DAV equipped with instructors for these special subjects also at this point?
Yes, sir. Already, wherever there are teachers are not there, we are, hiring the experts in that particular field, and we will be definitely, extending that. Okay, but at least some considerable number should be that. But even at this initial stage, that we are helping whomsoever has come, and that is how the few students, many students who have already opted, they are asked for a different subject, and we have been offering to them. Okay. Okay.
Ravi sir, there are a lot of Ravi sir, just a minute. There are a lot of questions in the chat box. You might want to answer them.
Please tell me. You can tell me, madam.
Just look at the chat box. Look at the chat box. There are a lot of people have raised issues there.
Oh, I'll just let me see that. Wonderful session. Best wishes. I also.
Go down to the bottom. There are a lot of questions.
My kid is citizen, US citizen birth and all that. Yes. See, if there is a question that my kid is a US citizen by birth, can he write NIOS? Yes, if he is having any, what you call a proof in India, that if the Indian origin, any document has to be given, they can very well write. Even they can prepare themselves in US, and when they come to India and then write the examination. There are many such cases out there. We have been helping such people and all that. There is no issue, please. Okay, and then more information of OBC level, and which I already told that. Right now I am 9th standard, so can I join this year and next year also? See, this is very important. There is a question. I am now right now in the from TJ Kavya Varshini, where the girl is studying in 9th standard. Yes, you can do that. The only parameter is that we don't even ask for a TC. Anybody 14 years plus, even in the existing school in D.A.V, suppose somebody is there. Now, if you can migrate here, the management has taken a decision that you don't need to pay any additional fee for the NIOS program. Your fee will be adjusted in the already what you paid. And in fact, there is one advantage also. There are few students who have joined like that. They'll be able to complete their 10th standard before their classmates complete 10th standard. See, we found some of the students are extremely good. They are so good, and their speed is something different. I asked one of the girl who joined why he wanted to. I said, sir, I already finished my 9th standard syllabus. I'm very comfortable. I can rather finish it quickly. This is what they say, that she's 14 plus. It's not a problem. Okay. So this is what you can very well do that. Kindly check your, the age factor is that by January 31st of 2020, you should have completed your 14 years. If that is the case, then you are eligible to write your 10th standard examination in April 21st, 2021. Okay. Is there any entrance exam to join in? No, see, this entrance, there is no entrance examination. NIOS, I told you, this is not creating any fear factor. This is only to know that, as we already told, that test is to find out your multiple intelligence level, where you stand, your aptitude and your comprehension ability. Based on that, we will be able to counsel you and tell you that what actually you are destined for, what type of career you can do. Accordingly, we will be suggesting you the subject. That is only purpose. It is not a screening test. You will be given an admission. Before admission, we would like to know what is your area of interest and expertise. That is what the test means. Okay, I can understand from that question, sir, is there any entrance examination? Immediately the examination means that fear comes. In fact, there are many people who have migrated to NIOS because of exam phobia. I must say that. Okay. Otherwise, overall.
Somebody who's in the 10th standard wants to join.
Yes. Yes, 10th standard also. 10th standard also, somebody who is now at present who is studying in 10th standard can also migrate till, October 15th. They have extended the date for admission, NIOS level due to Corona. Otherwise, it closes by September 15th. So you can take a decision. You can right now, you can also join and you can change the subject also, whatever you like. I have few students from D.A.V has moved to now, NIOS, where he was learning mathematics and science. The child says, no, I want to take commerce and business study and psychology. They are now taken, they are studying now. So it's time now the class 10th standard students can also take a decision, please. Okay, anything else? Okay.
When will online classes start?
Yes, now by next week we will be starting, madam. By next week. This is we were waiting for this session. Once the number is there, then we will be starting that the next week. Because the people also have to confirm their admission. That is a reason it is getting delayed. And by next week we will start with that. Yes. Anything else, madam? Okay.
I have a doubt, sir.
Please, Abhiramni, please.
By next week, if you start the online classes, will I be able to complete my 12th by April?
No, 12th means you are in Acharya Abhiramni? Yes, no, it's not an issue at all. See, now you start reading. I think, the contents are available in the website. You can just go through that, all the subject, whatever you suggested.
But you said you will suggest some subjects.
Yeah, all those subjects, no, yes. Now I remember you have written your, examination, the screening test, and we will be able to give you the details that over the phone, and you can or visit us. I think tomorrow we can finalize that part also, and you have done extremely. And I must, acknowledge here, Abhiramni's, paintings she has shared with us, phenomenal. I didn't know that she will be here. Otherwise, now I can show you that very excellent paintings. Now she has taken a decision to move from the science to, art subject, where we suggested that she can be one of the best visual communication she can take. Wonderful, wonderful painting. It is, those paintings are for worth of celebrating. And there is an occasion which I will be showing you. Wonderful, Abhirami. I have seen
Thank
your
you. Thank you, sir.
excellent paintings. We will create one exhibition where your paintings will be kept there in that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah, you start reading and we will be communicating you that. Maybe
So it's
Shardaji will be
possible
communicating to you.
complete
Yes,
it by.
absolutely. Don't, you will never, that's what your journey now started in a different way. Forget about whether you will be able to read and pass examination. Everything will happen because you are now come to a track where you will have a freedom of journey. Nobody
So
can,
there
only you can only stop yourself. Nobody can stop. This is, I'm telling you today. See, now this is a message for all other parents who are also watching. Now she is now entering in the month of September, and by the next April she's going to write 5 examination. Take it granted the way she is going to clear it. Now you see she's moving from the science stream to the other one, and once you start, this is the power of the freedom and the flexibility, please. Yes, Abraham.
So there won't be a loss of another year.
No, not at all. I'm giving you in an open forum. I'm giving you the such type of assurance. There will not be loss. And this next academic year in the college, you will take your admission, the course which you are decided.
Thank you so much.
And I will get you the best college because you are such a potential girl. And your painting speaks what your abilities. Maybe I'm not going into the details of what actually made you to find it difficult. But anyway, that's a different part which I can talk to you personally. But now you are moved to the right time, right place. That your journey starts now. It is endless. You only have to break it. That is the way you do. Nothing to worry about
so
that.
much, sir.
So good. All the best, Abhirami, entering into NIOS.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Your number, please. I think I didn't jot it down correctly, sir.
Okay. 98400.
98400. Okay, sir.
83132.
83132. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay, fine. I think most of the questions are answered. We have already exceeded time. I believe that all of you be benefited by the talk from the various experts, and especially, some of the parents who have expressed their, so happily, especially to Sri Lakshminarayanji and Dr. Girish Kannan and all this, they're given their valuable time. And on behalf of D.A.V. Family, once again, I thank every one of you for your time here, and also the parents who have been benefited by this. Once again, before I close, I want to say that this session, the information session and the initiative taken by D.A.V. Chennai is only with the view that they will let us open up this opportunity to the people. Let every child be benefited, whomsoever wanted to. It is just like, the Ganga, river Ganga is flowing there. Whether you use that as a, the holy water, people, we travel, we go to Varanasi, we take a dip on that and we consider that and take that. There may be people may be using in a different way also. See how you use it, how you look at. So I look at this as not only as a national program, it is an international level, it is available to you. Look at in the way where your child and your family can match with that. And ultimately, let us create. And only one thing before I close it, that with this 130 crore people of this country, that it is our duty to now convert all these human resources into an actual resource and as an asset to our nation. This is possible if everybody comes out with his ability out. So education should not be the hindrance for that. And we are all with you. And I wish you all good luck. And thank you for your time. Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, sir. Thank you.
Namaste, sir. Thank you, sir.
Namaste, sir. Thank you, sir.
Namaste, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Namaste, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
எத்தனை பேர் எப்படி ஓடுதுன்னு ஓட்டுறது ரொம்ப அதிகமா போட்டுருக்கீங்கன்னா எப்படி ஓடுதுன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. போதுங்க பின்ன எடுத்துட்டு போ வீட்டுக்கு. கார் தான் நின்றுதா அதையும் பைக்கில் வச்சிருக்கோம். கார்ல எடுத்துட்டு கொண்டே கொடுக்கு. இப்போ வந்தா இருப்பீங்களே எடுத்துட்டு வரட்டுங்களான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ചോദിക്കും ഇപ്പൊ എടുത്തിട്ട് പറ്റുള്ളൂ അറിയുമല്ലോ രാവിലെ പോയിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ വഴി അറിയും രാവിലെ ചോദിച്ചതല്ലേ അതെ ആറ്